Hi, and welcome to this how to help video with adding and subtracting fractions. We'll also do the mixed numbers so that we can just have it all together on one video. So adding and subtracting have the exact same method. So it's quite nice. Learn one thing and we can do it to both fraction questions. Let's do our first example just to see what this method is. So I really like the smashed window method. It gives a really good structure, easy to follow, and you can use it for algebraic fractions. So if the fractions get really tricky, this method still continues to help organize the information. Really good, really good. So smashed window looks like this. So it looks like a window pane where someone is thrown a stone or something and smashed out one of the panels. I then put the fraction 2/3 along the top by just separating the numbers out. I don't use the fraction line. Okay, that's not part of it. And then 1/5 is going down that side, and I just start timesing into those boxes. So 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 5 is 15, and 5 times 2 is 10. I am then going to take this number in the corner. It's always that number in the corner that I use for the denominator in my final answer. So my answer is going to be something over 15. I then check in with the question. It's an add question. So the two numbers left in the grid, 10 and 3, are added. 10 plus 3 is 13. Over 15, and that's my final answer, and that is it. All right, the only thing that changes between add and take is that little bit there. I either add if it's an add or I take if it's a take. Everything else is exactly the same. Quick, neat, nice little method. Okay, what's hard about fractions is the answer often can be cancelled or tidied up in some way. All right. For me, I see this as two jobs. The first job is to be able to add and subtract, because if you can't do that, you're not getting any marks in your exam. So do that first, learn that, get confident, and you are guaranteeing yourself marks. Then see that tidying, cancelling stage as the second step to perfection, okay? Because once you can do that, you're getting all your marks, not just some of them. But you won't get any if you can't even add in the first place. So concentrate on that first. Okay, let's see an example of that where it can get messy. We'll have 4/5 plus 3/4. We've just set up our smashed window. 4, 5, 3, 4. Multiplying in gets me 15, 20, and 16. So I know 20 is on the bottom. Always that one in the corner, okay? And then it's an add question, so 16 plus 15. That's going to give me 31 over 20, which is the right answer. 31 over 20. But if I'm being asked to put my answer as a mixed number, I can't leave it like that. I've got to do some work to get it into a mixed number. Okay. To do that, I'm going to look at the denominator and I'm going to ask the question, okay, how many 20s can I get into 31? The answer to that is 1. I can get 1 whole 20. And if I take those out of the 31, it leaves me 11. That leaves me 11 over 20. I've now written the mixed number. I would still have to check this fraction because it could cancel. All right, in this case, it doesn't, so I've finished. 11 and 20 doesn't come in any other times table, which is why I know I've finished. All right. So let's do a subtraction. Let's do 3/4, take away 1/3. Really doing this just to show you that there really is no difference whatsoever apart from a take instead of an add. The 3 and the 4 still goes in its position. The 1 and the 3 will go in its position. Multiplying in gives me 12 and 9 here. So I've got 12 on the bottom. This is where it's different. It's a take question. So it's going to be a take that I write here. Always put the bigger number down first. 9 take 4. And I've got 5 on the top over 12. And that doesn't cancel. So it's the final answer. Happy days. Okay. Right. Let's see what we do when we get given a mixed number. So I'm going to say you've got 3.5 plus 1 3/4 to do. Okay, let's get that up on the screen. There we go. I have a method for fractions and it's smashed windows. That, what I'm looking at there, is not a fraction. It's a mixed number. So my first job is to get that written in fractions so I can use my method. Okay. This is how we change it. I am going to be looking at the number 2. I'm looking at my denominator and my eyes are going to sweep to the 3 and then keep going until they get to the 1. So I kind of do this kind of rotating look around my fraction. As I go, I am doing some maths as well. So I'm going to go 2, hit the 3, and I'm going to multiply. So I'm going to say 2 times 3 is 6. Add on whatever's in the numerator, which is 1, 6 plus 1, and that gives me 7 over 2. I'm going to do the same on the next one. So I start with my 4. 4 times 1 is 4. Add on the 3 is 7. So I've got another 7 there over 4. Now they are fractions. There is no whole numbers that have been incorporated into the fraction, and I can use my fraction method, which is smashed window. So I've got 7, 2, 7, 4. 7 times 2 is 14. 2 times 4 is 8. 7 times 4 is 28. I don't change my rule of method. That is my denominator. One of the things that I see people wanting to do is just to put the biggest number on the bottom. Okay, so don't fall into that accidental error. Okay, always this corner, no matter what it is, goes on the bottom. So 28, add question, 14 is what I'm doing on the top. That is going to give me 42 over 8. And that's my answer. If it tells me that I have to put it in a mixed number, then I'm going to put it into a mixed number. If it doesn't say anything about how it wants the answer, I can stop. That is the answer. It doesn't matter that it's top heavy or improper. It can stay like that and I will get full marks. I only need to change if I'm told to. And if I am told to do it into a mixed number, then I am going to say, right, how many 8s can I get into 42? I can get 5 8s. So there's a 5. All right, I can get 5 8s of 40. I've got 2 left over and I've got 5 and 2 8s. Let's just bring that up a little bit so it's not falling off the page. If I look at this fraction here, that cancels. So there's still more to do. 2 8s can be halved to give me a final answer of 5 and a quarter. So mixed numbers must be changed into fractions before I can use the fraction method. So let's just do one more. We'll do a take this time just to see it in action again. So I'm looking at the 5. times and then add. So 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. I've got 12 over 5. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 3 is 12. So I've got, oh, that's a coincidence. Look at that. We had 7s come up on the last one, and 12s. It's not always going to be the same number. That really is just a coincidence. Okay, it's a take question. Let's get on with the smashed window. I've got 12 and 5. I've got 12 and 9. 5 times 12 is 60. 5 9s are 45. 9 12s are 108. So I've got 45 on the bottom. This is a take question, so I must use the 108, the bigger number first, take away the smaller. So 108, let's do it over here, take away 60. 8 takes 0 is 8. 0 takes 6, technically that's going to take me into negatives, which I mustn't do, so I can't do that. Bring that across. 10 takes 6 is 4, and I've got 48 over 45. As I said before, that is the answer, and you leave it. Don't create more work unless you have to, and you only have to if they say leave your answer as a mixed number. If they do, then I'm going to say, how many 45s can I get into 48? Well, that's nice and easy. I can get 1. 45, 46, 47, 48. I've got 3 left over. So 3 left over the 45. Okay. And that is your final answer. Or can it cancel? Okay, it can cancel. I can divide by 3. 3s into 3 go 1. 3s into 45 go 15. And it's hard to spot that because 45 is outside the times tables that we learn. So it can be really easy to miss something like that. My final answer is 1 and 1/15. And that is the method that I think is really neat and easy to follow, and with practice becomes just a breeze, an absolute breeze. So that is the method for adding and subtracting fractions and mixed numbers.